Yeah, if you beat Virtus Pro, you have a chance to beat LGD for sure.
You have a chance to beat anybody if you beat VP, I think.
Yeah.
I really like these drafts from both teams. I have not been a fan of a lot of like the pub drafts where you should have a Lifestealer or an Ursa, one of these incredibly kiteable heroes, and you don't pick any like anti-kite. So you have Avenge on one side to deal with the Lifestealer rage, cancel TPs if you've raged TPs. Like it's a BKB piercing stun. She has two of them now. Well, BKB piercing interrupt and kiting ability. You have Ursa to deal with the Lifestealer in terms of physical damage. You have a Bane to kite the Ursa. You have a Venomancer to kite the Ursa. Like these teams are essentially changing the meta around these broken plus 15 movement speed heroes, which should happen because they are no longer terrible and therefore they need to be countered. But I feel like in pubs for the basically since the patch, it's been these new heroes plus the old supports surrounding them, and the old supports couldn't deal with them like a Venge can, like a Bane can, like a Venomancer can. I really like these drafts.
Monkey King coming out for EG. I always get nervous about my voice going open into the game. The last one of the I feel like I say this every time I cast with you, and we end up casting like RTZ's game or something. I was covering WESG for the USA qualifiers or the Canadian qualifiers.
5 seconds.
And my voice was going straight into the players' ears. And I was able to talk to RTZ in the middle of the game. It was very awkward.
That's hilarious.
So now I ever since then I'm always nervous about if my voice is going straight to the players.
If our voices were going straight to the players for this entire draft, I would be absolutely mind blown at the players. They all have the resolve individually to have nobody say something over voice. Like both teams separately, simultaneously decided, all right, let's screw with these casters, and then nobody out of the 10 players is cracking. Like that's impressive at this point. If that is the case, which it isn't, unless I don't know, unless my mind is about to be blown.
So OD ban here, and we'll see what's finally banned by EG, as they've got the 9th pick with Monkey King, Bane, Venomancer, and Lifestealer. What do you, anything you think they're looking for specifically here, or against this RNG lineup?
So RNG has last pick. EG has they need to pick something that. So this is going to reveal where the Venomancer goes. Basically, this pick, the Venomancer and the Monkey King. So they ban the Razor. So they need like a probably like a solid mid hero or a roamer. Earth Spirit is banned. Tusk is still available. Tusk Venomancer, pretty decent at kiting, dealing with the CM. Let me see. Let me go look at the Dota buff. This is why I wish I had a dual screen going on here.
10 seconds remaining.
Elder Titan, Shadow Shaman. These are supports are still available.
5 seconds remaining.
Tiny, if they want to go for a 4-roll Tiny. I'm just not sure where they're going to put this last hero, because like Venomancer could be a support potentially. Monkey King could potentially be a support. They could run Venom mid. They could run Monkey King mid. Monkey King off lane. I've seen people do that in North America, which these guys are North American. People have gone Monkey King mid. Okay, so they do go for the Tiny, which is all in all just a good support hero. It's a good 4-roll. It's great against the Morphling because he sits on such low HP most of the time when he's farming that you can one-hit him with just the Tiny, and that's a support. He's good at kiting the Ursa, good at one-hitting the Crystal Maiden. Not so great against the Vengeful Spear. She's actually quite tanky.
10 seconds remaining.
And RNG, they have a potential last pick cancer hero. And let's see, what's available here. I haven't seen Broodmother too much. I don't know if I would Broodmother versus Monkey King Tiny, because they could just swap up the roles and cause some issues. So I feel like Batrider's a pretty good pick, other than against the Lifestealer. Counters the Monkey King really hard, decent against a Venomancer. If you can find a way to get around his wards, which are a little bit annoying. If Storm was a good hero, I'd say Storm is amazing right now, other than against the Bane. 2 seconds left.
Dazzle.
For Dazzle. So, Lanham on Venge, Setsu on Dazzle.
Yeah, so mid Dazzle, safe lane
Offlane
Morph,
Ursa.
off lane Ursa, 4 CM, 5
So-
Venge.
So CCNC is playing the Monkey King. I don't imagine that you want to send a Monkey King versus a Dazzle because Monkey King is going to crush. Well, then again, Monkey King's not great against any of these heroes. Like Ursa outtrades a Monkey King. Morphling is a ranged hero who can waveform away. Probably Monkey King's best against a Morphling. Or just a CM lane and you just hit the CM instead of the Ursa. It's probably decent against an Ursa if you have good support. They're really waiting on this last pick because they're probably
10
talking
seconds
about
remaining.
where they're gonna put these lanes.
5
So you probably don't want the
seconds
Ursa
remaining.
against the Ursa, or sorry, the Ursa against the Lifestealer. If you're evil geniuses, so you could put like the Monkey King against the Ursa, Lifestealer against the Morphling, and then Venom mid against Dazzle. These are rough lanes for EG. Like any way they do it, there's going to be 1 or 2 guaranteed wins for RNG. The Dazzle was quite a good pick, just given that there's like 2 melee heroes on EG.
So, based just
Honestly-
solely on the draft, you sounds like you're kind of favoring RNG.
I'm kind of favoring RNG. I really like CM as a hero right now. I think CM's a great hero. I'll be interested to see where EG lanes this. You can honestly even run like the Lifestealer mid against a Dazzle and just rage off his Q every time. And then what would that leave you? That would leave you Veno and Monkey King in the side lane. You could Veno against the Ursa, counter the Ursa lane, and then Monkey King against Morphling. I feel like that's your best laning setup with the Lifestealer mid if you're EG.
That seems to be a common theme we've been talking about tonight is the setting up of lanes. Like they have
Very, very important.
Yeah, they have the opportunity. A team has opportunity to beat B team with the proper laning setups, and I think multiple times tonight we've seen
Prepare for
laning
battle.
setups from one side just not be the way that you'd think would be the beneficial setup, and they end up losing.
So we do have a lane swap happening, but it's not the one that I personally think is optimal. It's CCNC is going mid with the Monkey King. However, they are rotating Ortiz to the off lane, and S4 is playing safe lane Venomancer. But RNG, knowing that these lane swaps, like you said, are important, they smoke up. Usually these level 1 smokes are not necessarily to get a kill. It's to reveal something about the enemy team. Like you're looking to scout, to get information so you know where people are laning. And CCNC being there just... Actually, it does reveal that a decent amount. They know the Dazzle is against CCNC, which is what you want. You want your Dazzle against a
30
Monkey King. I think
seconds
it'll
to
do
battle.
very, very well against that hero. But this Ursa and CM and Venge, these are the ones that are looking for... They're looking for either the Veno or the Lifestealer. But S4's not showing. Maybe he will in a second? Yeah, they see him now. So they ping him out, and now they're in his wall.
So a lot of that is getting that
The
early information.
shenanigans. The shenanigans. Yeah, you want the... But EG predicts this, and they swap RTZ to the bot lane. And S4 is going to walk top. Even picks up a Windlace. In anticipation, potentially, for this. Also, he wants to lane against an Ursa.
But if they spot RTZ coming in, because they've got this really interestingly placed ward, and that was basically there to get them the laning setup, aren't they just going to switch back?
Yeah, he is. He's running back bot. And once again, we're in this scenario where it's pretty nice to be a support. Crit TPs to the bot lane, and Lanham TPs to the top lane, knowing that there's going to be lane rotations happening between these cores.
Oh
and
god,
this support versus
immediately
support-
Afu's dead. Thrown right under the tower. He's so weak with this Crystal Maiden level 1.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're rotating to try to get these core matchups, but that says nothing about the supports, you know? Like, CM's gonna feed a Lifestealer even if there's an Ursa against him. As long as Crit gets a nice toss-off. Man, I feel like Crit is the best player in the world. I'm gonna just say it. This guy has been playing out of his mind for the last couple of tournaments. He's rank 1 in Europe as a support. He's a support player.
Somebody clip that. Send that to Crit.
He plays Troll in pubs. He's a support who plays Troll in pubs and is rank 1 in the highest MMR region, maybe barring China. What a guy.
Ooh, over top, Fly in trouble. He'll get the Nightmare out onto the Morphling. Lanham continuing to give chase, but not willing to go under the tower. Actually gets hit by one shot. Not going to matter. As Avalanche comes through into Afu again, and Venomous Gale is going to follow that up. I believe it hit on both of them. Afu's now running from Arteezy as well as Crit. But in all reality, he's just dead to rights. Dead on his screen already.
S4 is bot, and he's supporting. He pulled. Oh, man. Fly. Off-lane Bane. Victim of circumstance. This is not by choice. Although he's going to be okay with this. Pure support. And it's like, oh no, I have to farm. What a tragedy. S4 is pulling. This is one way to deal with the lane swaps.
It's just roll swap.
Yeah. You want this Lifestealer versus the Ursa, then I'm going to put the Veno as a support versus the Ursa to kite the Ursa, although missing the Gale is...
Afu is just still dead on his screen. He comes back to this lane multiple times to die. That's his third death already.
Afu has spent the large majority of this game
walking back to lane.
Dying or walking back to lane. Does have boots though, so.
And this time he gets the TP. It's off cooldown this time around. It just, what does Afu provide in this lane that he's gonna keep coming back?
Honestly, at this point, he could just go use Frostbite on creeps in the jungle and give his aura, and he would be doing his team a service. Not good to be dying this much, because I don't think he's providing any space for the Ursa by doing this.
And then Crit comes over mid. CC and C, they combine together to get the kill here on the Setsu.
That is one way for this CC, who... Actually, as I say that, he has 22 last hits to the Dazzle's 13. So he's doing very well in this matchup. I know CC is a prolific Monkey King player. Kind of outskilling. I imagine that Dazzle would do better in this matchup. Maybe I just don't know the matchup as well as I think I do. But it does feel like a bit of an outskilling here in the mid lane, especially with the crit rotation. Makes it a lot harder for the Dazzle to have a good game.
I would definitely say Setsu might be close to the weaker part of this RNG squad, if I had to pick someone.
I definitely... Maybe... Oh, CCNC's dodging with... Okay, I got it. He's dodging the Dazzle Q with the Monkey King Mischief. I totally forgot that that's a relatively new mechanic.
Ooh, the Gale
makes this not as bad of a matchup.
Just hitting on the Flyby, who does turn around. I mean, Crit's here, so you gotta be careful. No more mana here on the Ursa's. He's gonna continue to chase S4. But
he had new, but he didn't want to keep chasing. And EG picked up 2 bounty urns, I believe.
Do you think they'll ever make a change to Mischief?
Do I like the change to Mischief?
No, do you think they'll ever make a change to Mischief where, like, avoiding things like that is just impossible?
It didn't make much sense to me when they changed Mischief to do this, because Monkey King was already good, and now, in this matchup, where otherwise he would be doing very poorly, because of this mechanic, he can just destroy the Dazzle, and as I say that, he's dying.
Yeah, and it looks like Setsu's gonna die with the Balance Strike coming out. He gets the kill on the Crit, and now he'll be able to get the Shallow Grave off. Afu comes over, Setsu continuing to give chase. He's got the salve, but immediately thinking better of it as, you know, he got a kill and he should be happy with just that and not chase too far to get himself killed.
Another situation where we have Grave skilled saving the day, allowing for a really nice play with the self-Grave. It's not a great skill point at level 1 just because it's It's got such a low range and such a long cooldown, but it is very effective for saving yourself. So on Core Dazzle, saving that point arguably makes quite a bit of sense to just hold it for that situation.
It does put him, you know, one level off of bad juju, if that's the direction he chooses to go. But
it does, yeah. I think that's what, yeah, that's the point. He was holding the level 6 point.
Which is unfortunate, because I feel like that would have made him a lot stronger in this lane, too.
I think also what would make him a lot stronger is he's not abusing the cooldown of the Monkey King Mischief. It's 20 seconds, and oh wait, never mind. I thought it was 30 seconds. Never mind. This Monkey King's actually a counter to Dazzle with this new Mischief. It's surprising to me because RNG last picked the Dazzle, didn't they? Into the Monkey King.
Seems so, but flyby over bottom. He is in a lot of trouble and will eventually fall here to RTZ, or, well, S4 technically, but RTZ was the one who was still right there as S4 had come back into the lane. And S4 gets himself his first kill. He's got 2 assists. He's sitting at level 4 with 1 of the Venomous Scale and 2 to the Poison Sting, as Monet will also now drop top to just fly.
He just solo killed. He just solo killed the carry as an off-lane Bane versus 2. Alright, dude. Maybe Fly's the best player.
Oh, I was not expecting that. Clip that, send that to Fly. Yeah, I wasn't even looking over top. I didn't think Bane would be able to get a kill by himself, especially on Monet.
Yeah, that max brain sap is just too much for the Morphling to... This is such an interesting choice from EG, and I totally get why they did it. It's just so extreme to say, alright, you're like straight up the offlaner Fly. Like, S4 is still down here supporting Arteezy. Like, they're actually committing to this. This isn't just a laning matchup.
Nice avalanche, and as well as the toss. The magic missile comes in. Lanham has to be careful. They'll get the frostbite. They'll get the kill here on the Fly. RNG coming in, and they grab at least one, but they lose Flyby while this is all happening. I mean, he's 0-2 and 0.
This is down to the bot lane too.
Really rough for RNG. They only have 2 kills up to this point. EG up 7-2, 4,000 net worth lead. I mean, that stems from the fact that Arteezy's just having an easy and great game, and as is CCNC.
It's honestly as a result of these lane rotations, though. CCNC mid is not getting rotated on at all because these lanes are such a problem for RNG, and the lanes are such a problem for RNG because S4 is in the Ursa's lane, so it doesn't matter that Ursa is in the Lifestealer's lane in that counter matchup because Venomancer kites and counters Ursa. So making this choice to switch S4 to support is the most game-winning thing that has happened in this game, and it's completely throwing a curveball to RNG. They are striking out, as it seems.
It's the first time tonight I've seen it is Afu again. Might be Afu'd. But the magic missile comes down, he's able to back off. The Nightmare gets pulled off. Setsu moving forward, looking for Fly, trying to get that kill.
He has a brain sap. It looks like he's gonna probably brain sap creep. Yeah, it does want to turn around and let Setsu get another right click on him, could potentially lead to his downfall. Ursa just jungles at this point. It's too hard to lane in this bot lane, which is... makes a lot of sense given that it's a Venomancer down there, but unfortunate that there was also a Lifestealer who you're supposed to... You know, that's why you pick the Ursa.
It's so crazy to me that we were talking in the draft that RNG should be able to win a couple of these lanes, and EG swept. They swept the lanes. That's for sure.
They had a very interesting response to the lane situation from RNG, and I think this is not something that would happen in like pubs. It's a pretty high level choice to do this sort of thing, but obviously it was the right choice. As you can see, this Venomancer versus the Ursa.
S4 getting chased down by Flyby. Can he get the kill? And yeah, there it is. He finally gets his team a third, and Lanham, who was on the side, was able to get a magic missile off, stop the Tiny from really helping out S4, and at that point, there was no way you were really going to keep him alive. But meanwhile, over top, Primal Spring from Monet, and then all the way over to Fly, back into the Morphling form, and with the waveform across the bow. Fly trying to get this kill. He has to be careful. The Brain Sap just does so much to him when he's heavy in that Agi.
Yeah, Brain Sap.
Arteezy with the Quelling Blade. Bring him down to the ground and getting that kill on a Monet under the tier 1 tower. The Wukong's command will come out to get the kill on a Lanham. This is looking like it's setting up to be a quick one, as they'll look for Setsu, and the Fiend's Grip comes out. This will be all 3 heroes that were here for RNG falling to EG.
You know, technically speaking, it takes 3 cores from EG, so that's alright, but you force this tower, which frees up some space. Venomancer is farming bot, although Flyby is flying around this Gale with the Enrage pretty nicely, but with crit in the area, there's no way he can do what he did earlier. No Venge there to help him out. And now Monet's just jumping. He's got the Morbid Mask. Lanham helping out with the Wave of Terror. That's how grim these lanes are looking. They have to even rotate the supports to help out in the jungle because they don't have much else to do.
EG up 6,000 net worth already. This is such a great lead for them at the moment, and I don't really see how they give it up. Like, what do RNG even do to get back into this game? It seems like they needed the good laning starts.
Yeah, they really did. Honestly, I think that there's potential they could have, like, tri-lane bot, and that's the way that they play this game, or they send the Dazzle to the top lane or something, but it had to be something that was more, like, cheeky than what EG was doing. Because EG was kind of throwing you a curveball, you need to throw a curveball back, or have, like, a definite answer to what they're doing, because they clearly didn't. And it's not like their mid lane, which was a pure 1v1, was going well, because this Monkey King can just dodge the Poison Touch. So it's a very hard lane for every lane. Every lane is hard. 7k gold lead at 13 minutes. That's a complete stomp. And this isn't a meta, by the way, where you get less gold. So
Fly trying to survive, but Flyby comes over, rips through the Bane. That is a Bane that has gotten a decent amount of farm. Nothing too crazy. S4 still ahead of him. Despite S4 sitting in that support position, he's been given a lot of space to just farm up over bottom.
Yeah, and he's maxed out the wards, gone for Poison Sting, no Poison Nova, just looking to farm up and essentially play this dead lane, pressure this tower. If RNG ever want to come down here and push this, it's just not going to be possible playing into these wards, and this also lets him farm up a bit. He was the sacrificial lamb in the laning stage, and now he's just catching back up to become a core, because they wanted Core Venom in this game against this RNG draft. I don't think Core Bane does anywhere near as much as a Core Venno does. And Bane can fight. Bane is strong right now. Venno will be strong, but he needs a little bit of time to catch up. So
think about that Wukong's as Flyby, the open wounds on him. They'll send over Lanham. The Balance Strike comes out onto 2 of these heroes. Afu, he goes into the ulti. You see Arteezy trying to get through him, and finally he does. But the Fiend's Grip, that comes out onto the Ursa. Flyby in a lot of trouble. The swap comes through to keep him alive for a second, but it really doesn't do much more than that. They look over at Lanham. That's going to be 3. Double kill here for Arteezy. Killing spree for CCNC. And again, it just looks so easy for him.
Fiend's Grip does 600 damage at level 1. It's a 6-second, 600 damage dealing disable. Bane also has one of the highest win rates in pro-level pubs right now as a first-pick hero. So I really do think Bane is quite good. Every time he gets Grip off, it blows my mind how long this spell lasts. And now he's placing some wards in the enemy jungle. He's got 2 wards ready to go.
RNG aren't going to find anything with this smoke if they continue over bottom. Maybe they posture in for tier 1 tower, but it doesn't look like they're going to make any progress on taking a fight unless EG are to come their way, and Crit might stumble upon these heroes that are here from RNG inside their jungle as they've got one of them there. And the blink forward and Flyby. Yep. There it is, an easy kill on a crit.
They didn't give him any time to blink on crit. He's got his blink as well, but they canceled the blink instantly from Fog. Ursa jumped on, didn't even use the stomp. He just right-clicked. With this BAT, there's no blinking away from that. All this time, Monet has been farming. He's catching up decently. He's got the Yasha.
See if he's able to keep it up, and Lanham with the swap. Fly. Brain Sap comes in. Flyby comes around the back. They've got S4 using that on the balance strike, landing on the 3 of these heroes. Now they've got the Wukong's command, trying to do what they can with the open wounds hitting on a Monet. They'll get the kill, at least on the Lanham. Fly still alive here. There's the Force Knife and the Venomous Gale coming out from S4. Adaptive strike thrown by Monet, but again, they've lost 2, and searching for more is EG. CC&C into the trees. Midas is getting used all over the place. Arteezy continue to go through this area by the shrine. Get a couple of kills here for EG. Radiant's already here for Arteezy.
It's unfortunate when you're playing against a Midas Radiance lineup and losing.
Oh god, they found Lanham once again, but he'll swap Monet into the hands of Arteezy. You just killed your carry! Lanham's gonna run away. I didn't do it. And, well, he'll stand around and think about making up for his sins, but there's no way he's gonna be able to do that. Arteezy gets the triple kill, the Enfeeble on Flyby, so there's nothing he can do in this fight. And then Setsu with the TP out, but again, RNG losing multiple heroes.
Yeah, and this whole time, CCNC and S4 just pushing the mid tower, using the space that their team is creating for them, securing the objectives, which is good because RNG, they could look to come back in this game if it's just fighting this happening. Because there's always that comeback goal, there's always that comeback experience. But it's getting harder and harder to fight for them. They do have a Midas on Dazzle. You can see how much net worth that gets him, but still not anywhere near as much as Arteezy and CCNC with their Midases, because they're Midasing when they're fighting. They're winning the fights.
Yeah, CCNC closing in on a Scotty. Then you've got Arteezy, who's already gotten into the Radiance. He's got the Armlet afterwards. He is very farmed right now, and now Monet did to just crit, who will subsequently give up his life, but he got the kill on a Monet.
That is absolutely worth it. Oh my goodness. You die to a essentially 5-roll Tiny.
Lanham on the high ground. The swap and the shallow grave, but the infest. Arteezy playing them like a fiddle. CCNC now dominating, goes after Setsu. The chase down, you just use your shallow grave onto the vent. You ended up dying anyway, so you're dead as well. And another 2 here for EG. They'll take the tier 2 with ease. And again, with each and every engagement these teams have, it looks like it's getting worse and worse for RNG overall.
That was such a nice infest dodge from Arteezy. He kind of overcommitted and got swapped in, but he didn't have the rage. There's no way he dodges the bench stun, and then he infests to dodge it, forcing the Dazzle to essentially overcommit, and then he kills the Dazzle in a situation where most people would just die because he overcommitted. But that wasn't like intentional. He didn't intentionally get swapped back in. It was just very fast reaction time, which is always impressive to see, because a lot of the time in Pro Dota, when you see, quote, very fast reaction time, it's not. It's just preempting action. Like, it's people knowing that something's going to occur, so they've thought about it, and then they do it very quickly because of that. So it's kind of like, it's cheating reactive time. But that was reactive time, or reacting. Is that reactive time? Reacting time? What I'm losing.
Reaction time?
Reaction time. Oh my god, that's the word. Lord Gaben. Anyway, yeah, reaction time. He's looking real good in terms of that.
Forgive us, chat. It's 6 a.m. For we shall have not sinned. But Blink, Infest, Pop with the Avalanche coming through. Look at the immediate kill on Alanum. Fiend's Grip will be used on a Setsu. And again, when they get kills, they come in bunches. And that's with Oats. So they get themselves 2 kills, and now they look to get the kill here on the CCNC. They'll trade back and forth. Flyby even joins in onto the fray. CCNC doesn't even end up dying here. And they get the kill on a Flyby. They look over at Monet with the waveform away. But now you'll try to TP out. Oh, just getting away.
Yeah, he did not have the range around those trees. He needed to walk right up to him, but he just could not get there in time.
And onto the high ground once more.
They're going high ground. I mean, 17k net worth lead at 22 minutes. I've yet to see a stomp this hard in this patch of Dota. Usually, even in a stomp, or even in this. Monet has the same items that he had 10 minutes ago.
Has not been able to make any progress.
Yeah, he's been having to fight. He basically has like 1,000 more gold.
Just
17k net worth disadvantage. You need to have some miraculous Hail Mary smoke on the back lines, pick off a Bane, pick off a Venomancer, or catch like RTZ completely out on his own with like a first hit bash on Ursa or something along those lines. Because if in a pure 5v5 engagement, I think like 2 of EG can kill all of our. And this is why RTZ plays so aggressively here. He has nothing to be afraid of. CCNC has a Scotty.
He's so far ahead, and he's had that Scotty, and it's just disgusting. I mean, 18,000 net worth at this moment. I mean, you're multiple items behind, and you just don't see these kind of comebacks, especially with these kind of heroes. I just don't know if I really see it being a possibility.
Yeah, they basically need to get some sort of, like, miraculous solo pick-off 2 or 3 times, then take Roshan, and then take a fight, kill the backlines, and then they might be even at that point, but those miraculous pick-offs, a lot of the time, just require the enemy team to make a giant mistake, which even in pubs doesn't happen that often, given the magnitude of mistake that has to be made for this game to go in favor of the RNG squad for even one team fight. The mistake has to be so tremendously large that we haven't seen a mistake like this in Dota for about a year. Since, you know, maybe the Aegis denied. Yeah, whatever it was. That's been a few years. You'd have to make a big mistake. Speaking of Aegis, the Aegis on RTZ is going for a Link and Sphere next. They want to push the bot lane.
Not to be rude, but a Dota Plus gives RNG a 5% chance of pulling this out. I don't even know if I could agree with that.
Excuse me, sir? Are you flaming Lord Gaben's programming?
I'm not saying it's wrong. I just think it could be more right.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. I think it's like 0.5.
I mean, realistically, what would Monet need to do? Because I feel like this highly depends on if Monet is able to do anything in this game and what items come with it. I don't think Flyby is going to be able to really do anything, and Monet's the only one maybe to get something done.
I think Flyby's Basher is important because they don't have any instantaneous lockdown for any of the EG heroes, specifically the Lifestealer.
Oh, Monet.
Whereas the Bash, you know, can kind of function as
got him after he waveformed. He went for the TP, and they'll find the Avalanche. Adaptive Strike. Got the Spirit Vessel on him. He turns into S4, but again, it's not going to matter. And with RTZ here, they'll get yet another kill onto this Morphling. And the Infest to hitch a ride with S4 as CCNC gets another one. Lanham dies.
God, S4 didn't even use a Spirit Vessel charge or a Poison Nova there because he wanted to save them. That's how sure they were of that kill, that he didn't use a Spirit Vessel charge to kill a Morphling. They're just gonna dive. He's just gonna go in.
look at Setsu, the blink forward from Flyby, but immediately he's been disarmed. The balance strike is there. Arteezy moving forward. And he's been stopped in place for a moment, and the Shallow Grave comes out, but he's got the Venomous Gale on himself. He'll try to TP away, and will eventually die to CC&C. He's dead for 44 seconds without buyback.
They don't have the tier 2, so they can't get this raxed. The only tier 2 they don't have. S4 saving the Poison Nova as well.
Dire's bottom
He
tower
knows
is
that they
under
don't need
attack.
it for these fights. He's doing a good job at not throwing the lead by
Dire's bottom tower
using
has
spells when it's unnecessary, then not having them and giving RNG an opening back into the game. Fly's not even contributing to these fights. He doesn't have to do anything. Neither does Crit, although as I say that, Crit's on the top lane.
Dire's bottom tower
Are
is under
continuing to
attack.
push
There's
bottom a
no-
little bit. Adaptive Strike thrown at Arteezy. He looks to turn around, but uses Rage, and he's actually got himself Lincoln's now. So Lincoln's, Radiance, Halberd, Armlet with the Aegis ready to go. EG are just more than ready to take the space.
This is pretty cool that EG is fighting down here instead of going for the exposed racks. I think it's because of the vision.
Ooh, swap coming out on
God,
Arteezy, but now the Avalanche, that's going to hit on the 3. They've also got the toss that comes through onto the bench. On top of that is S4's ult, and Lanham's going to be the first one to die on the side of RNG, with Afu in the backline trying to get this ulti off to do a little bit of damage onto EG to maybe survive this. But Setsu dies, Flyby, Afu, everybody gone. Full team wipe for EG, and the final game of the night goes the way of EG. 33-7, 28 minutes in with ease.
29k gold lead, 28 minutes. I've never seen a bigger stomp, and I did not expect that given who RNG beat previous to this game. The new patch is chaos. Like, it just seems like nobody knows what is going on. And there's just these massive stomps and throws in every game. But I can't say that I'm not enjoying it. This is pretty fun Dota to watch.
I mean, it's
Definitely
definitely
some stuff I'm going to steal and use in pubs.
Yeah, it's definitely been exciting for sure. It just, I'm shocked. So yeah, especially with who RNG have beat. I'm a little surprised that they got run over like this, but EG proving to be, again, at least the top 3 team in a tournament, and they're 14-0-4 on Arteezy, the 8-0-12 on CC&C. I mean, this was, again, just one of those wire-to-wire wins for EG, and that's it. I mean, that's it for the night. That's it for the first 7 BO1s, as just about 9 hours in here, and that's it. So that's all I got. It's been a good day. Me and Jenkins, as well as Gods, who joined me earlier. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern, p.m. that is, not a.m., of course, because that would be in 3.5 hours. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed what we gave you in terms of casting, and hope to be improving and better tomorrow, like always. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it, and see you guys later.